So you're thinking about moving to LA?
We've got 10 things you need to know before making the move to Los Angeles. Stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? This is Adam Rosal, and this is David Fine, and we are the Real Estate Dads coming to you from Los Angeles, California. If this is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about Los Angeles, well, we do tons and tons of videos about LA.
Yeah, so make sure you tap the subscribe button and click that little bell to make sure you get notified every single time we drop a new video. And honestly, we're getting tons of phone calls, texts, and emails from people like yourselves thinking about making a move to Los Angeles. So if you are thinking of making that move and relocating here, reach out to us however way you want. Call us, text us, email us, DM us. We've got your back when moving to Los Angeles. Okay, there are some things you need to know before moving to Los Angeles.
Get ready.
Number one, the freeways have names.
The emphasis.
It's not Interstate 5, Interstate 405, US 101. It's the 405, the 5, the 101. Now, if you come here to LA and talk like that and ask about freeways with the in front of it, you'll sound like a local.
Oh, you're gonna fit right in.
Yeah, we don't use
I-5s or anything.
Right. It's a topic of conversation because we use the freeways here so much. It's really the only way to get around this city. And so it does become a topic of conversation, whether you're at a party, you went to a dinner, you're inevitably gonna be asked, how did you get here? Because they wanna know your route and your secret because of traffic. And you'll talk about the freeway that you take. So remember, freeways have names. Make sure you put the word the in front of the freeway name. All right, the number two thing you should know about Los Angeles before moving here is that time works differently here. Now, we actually have different perspectives on this. So I'll let Adam go with his perspective, and then I'll talk about mine.
Well, from my perspective, I like to be early, which also means it's a very urgent thing for me to get from place to point A to point B. So I go fast, to get to my appointments, and that's my feelings that everything has a sense of urgency.
Now, I'll agree that it does seem a lot of people, or at least half the people in Los Angeles, seem like they're always in a hurry and they gotta go.
We gotta get there.
But we also have a laid-back vibe to Los Angeles.
Sure.
And I think that is partially due to traffic because we're all gonna be late and it's inevitable. And people are generally forgiving and accepting, so we all just tend to be late. Now, I know Adam always likes to arrive early so he can avoid being late.
So I will, rephrase mine.
Okay.
I do like to get there early, so I do have that sense of urgency. But when I get there early,
then you feel relaxed.
Then I feel relaxed, and
Right.
I get to chill.
Yeah. So it really depends on your perspective. I do think that Los Angeles, there is a lot of hustle mentality, especially when you're talking about work and career.
Yeah.
People are on the go. But there is also this laid back vibe because we kind of chill. We've got the beach, we've got the great weather, we're just relaxed. And so it is a mixed bag, but you'll see when you get here that time does seem to work differently depending on what you're used to and what you're doing. The number three thing you should know about Los Angeles before moving here is that it's not about downtown. We don't have this main hub in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is such a big city, and yes, I'll say it again, it's about 500 square miles.
5.
There are so many different regions in LA that there really doesn't feel like there's this central point to the city. In fact, most people don't go to downtown Los Angeles unless you're specifically going to a Laker game, a Clipper game, maybe LA Live or the Jewelry District. There's business downtown, of course, but most people's points of entertainment are all in the surrounding areas, West Los Angeles, the Valley, East Side, South Bay, and all the surrounding neighborhoods.
Yeah, it all depends on what your interests are because everything you You can go to the hills for some hiking, go to the beach for some surfing and water play.
Yep.
You can go for a lot of different areas for the arts district.
Yeah.
So you do have a lot of different areas for you to choose from.
And then even shopping, we know a lot of areas and a lot of other cities have the main shopping district is downtown. Well, again, Los Angeles being made up of so many different neighborhoods that there's so much shopping and restaurants and things to do in each region. So when you come to Los Angeles, don't expect that you're just going to go to downtown LA. And if you do, you actually might be disappointed. And if you like that kind of urban feel of that downtown area, we're still working towards that. LA is being a little bit more revitalized downtown.
Yeah.
I'd say 10 years ago, you really wouldn't be going down there. But it is starting to be built up to become a destination. We have more mass transportation,
Yep.
bringing West Side,
A lot more entertainment.
a lot more entertainment.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when you're thinking about doing things, I would think outside of downtown Los Angeles. And don't worry, when you get here, people will certainly tell you and guide you of where to go, depending on what you're looking for. Okay, that brings us to the fourth thing you should know about Los Angeles before moving here. And that is your neighborhood is your life. We just got done telling you how the downtown area is really not where you're going to be. And that just kind of goes right into this next topic of where you live is where you're going to be hanging out.
Yeah, basically when you pick your residence, that's going to be your focal point. That's going to be where you're going to find your sphere of influence. All the people that have the same interests as you is going to be centered around your neighborhood. So it's only natural that on the weekends in your spare time, you're going to want to spend all those hours and minutes with those people that is like-minded and have the same interests as you.
Right. And so again, Los Angeles has, we are a cohesive city, but in many ways we have our own regions and feels to such a large city. So when you're picking a place to live, it's important that you look for a place that you feel comfortable in being in most of the time.
Yep.
Again, it all goes back to a lot of time traffic. It just takes so long to get to other parts of the city that you end up really staying close to home. And so you want to make sure that wherever you're living, that it has the food that you like, the shopping, the entertainment, and just the overall feel, because those are the people in the community that you're going to be surrounding yourself for most of the time.
Absolutely.
And because we have all these different regions, LA does feel, sometimes it feels like there's cities within cities.
Yeah.
So again, that's why we say your neighborhood is your life. So we are all Los Angelinos, but
Your neighborhood is your identity.
yeah, so it's actually quite funny when you talk to people here. We will self-identify with where we live. It means something. So people will say, well, I'm from West LA. I'm from the Valley. I'm from the South Bay. I'm from the East Side. I'm from plug in the neighborhood. It's really rarely I'm from Los Angeles.
That's funny when you do state where you're from.
Yeah.
It gives everybody an idea of okay, this is what their interests are. So the South Bay, they like going to the beach often.
Right.
If you're in the West Side, you're typically like mainly families. I will stop right there. Stop.
Because what are we going to say about people who live in the Valley? Oh, you're the people that can't afford the West Side. You're West Side wannabes.
Oh, you got priced out.
Yeah. Oh, man. I live in the Valley, so whoever's watching this.
Oh, well, I bought in Westchester. I was priced out of the West Side in 2000.
Yeah. But I remember when Westchester was like, ooh, you live in Westchester?
Really? Westchester?
Okay, we've gotten through the first four things you should know. We are on number 5, and if you have made it this far, stay tuned to the end because we do have a bonus thing that you should know before moving to Los Angeles. But let's get back to number 5.
Number 5.
Yes, the weather is that good. We've talked about it in a lot of videos. You've probably read about it, heard about it, seen it in the news. People talk about it when they travel here. The weather's amazing, and it's no joke.
It's t-shirt day every day.
Every day. And it's cool because it really allows us to enjoy everything the city has to offer year round, and you really can't say that about too many places around the country.
It's got a relaxed feel. The whole weather, you can wear whatever you want. It's just comfortable.
Yeah, and so when you're living here, you don't expect to have seasons. We really don't have 4 seasons here. We have 2. It's like spring and summer. It does get hot here at times, mainly if you're in the Valley area or east part of Los Angeles, where it can tap in the 90s and even the 100s. But for the most part, in LA, we're enjoying the cool 70s and 80s year round, and it's pretty incredible.
You just basically ditch the layers.
Yeah. So keep your coats and whatever.
No winter coats.
No winter coats. No rain boots.
No parkas.
Because it rains here like maybe 20 days out of the year if we're lucky.
Right.
And when it does rain, it's not that bad. It rains for a couple days and it's gone. And we do have something called June gloom.
Sure.
Which, as it states, during June it is gloomy, and it's some phenomenon with the what am I trying
It's
to?
just overcast.
Overcast from the
overcast.
ocean, yeah.
Right. And the Santa Ana winds.
Santa Ana winds, so I guess that could be a weather phenomenon where
Sure.
Somewhere around October for a couple of months we get these really high wind gusts, especially in the valley. Are you really blowing?
I am
wind?
blowing wind. And if you have allergies, like I do,
Yeah.
you definitely need to load up on the allergy medication to make sure that your eyes, your nose, everything's taken care of.
That could have actually been another bonus things you need to know because of allergies. But with weather,
Yeah.
did I make you think on that one?
Yeah, it made me think about that. No.
Allergy season's like maybe a month or two
Sure.
at best. So again, sunny, sunshine,
Clear.
beautiful, clear. It's awesome because again, it's so freeing going to the beach pretty much all year round, hiking all year round,
Barbecuing all year long.
barbecuing all year round. Yeah, just being in the park, being out in the air. We have so many open air shopping centers because the weather's so good. It's awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
no changing types of weather tires. You don't need winter tires.
No snow chains.
You don't need chains. It's awesome. So, no shoveling snow. So it is that good. The sixth thing you should know before moving to Los Angeles is you can dress down. We're a very casual city.
T-shirts.
T-shirts. Always in T-shirts, or we wear our polos once in a while.
Or if you're Jake from Allstate, khakis.
Yeah. It's interesting because being from other places, we've traveled to other places, people get dressed up to go places, and that's not so much the case here. You can go into high-end restaurants, and there are people that have a sport coat and a tie maybe, but for the most part, people are wearing jeans, T-shirts,
Sometimes shorts.
sometimes shorts. Yeah, if you're on the beach
Right.
and you're at a high-end restaurant, you may still find shorts. So you can shed your winter clothes, like we said before, because the weather is so good. That's why we're pretty much dressing casual, because there is part of that population that's pretty laid back in this whole beach community. It's just more of a casual vibe when it comes to clothing.
Business casual.
Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do with the weather.
Right.
And so it all's
It
connected.
all ties together.
Yeah, but growing up as a kid, I was in shorts and a t-shirt in the winter, so I'm still that way as an adult, and I love it. My kids are doing the same thing. I mean, now that I'm older, I get a little bit more colder these days.
I'm more of a khaki guy, so I'm more Jake from Allstate.
When I was younger, I had the shorts and the long pull-up tube socks with the stripes that went to my knees.
Okay.
I'm not sporting that cool look anymore. That was in the 80s for
You're
anyone.
dating
that-
yourself right now.
I am dating myself. But now I'm in shorts and no knee-high socks. So, Anyway. Did I go on a tangent there?
You went on a tangent there.
It's because it's so casual.
That's how
here.
we do it.
Yeah.
Relaxed.
So just relax your wardrobe. All right. We're on number 7.
Stop it.
And you'll see this has a bit of a running theme all related to the weather. But hiking is a year-round thing here.
All the time.
All the time.
Doesn't have to be summer months. It's all the time.
Yeah. It's a little phenomenon here because everyone goes hiking. Whether you're just a casual hiker or an extreme hiker, someone who just wants to go with their friends, it's hiking time all the time. And you're going to be invited. Don't be surprised if every week you're invited to go hiking, whether it's with a group or some event. That's just what we do here because we have the mountains so close.
And if you don't have a dog, you might need to get a dog to take hiking with you.
This is true. I'd say a good 75% of the hikers have dogs. And that's just the way it is.
That's how it is.
Yeah. It's fun because we're so close to the Santa Monica Mountains here, and you can access it from the beach side, coastline, or from behind in the valley. There's so many trails that are close by that it's so easy to do. It's like, it could be a 10-minute drive depending on where you live, maybe a 30-minute drive, but either way, it's a nice adventure. You're having fun. It's something you can do all year round. And
Great exercise.
yeah, and you get
Keeps
some
you healthy.
cool killer views, whether the ocean views or valley views. And it's just one of those things. So when you're moving to LA, if you're not a hiker, you might become a casual hiker. Okay, we are on number 8. The 8th thing you should know before moving to LA. And that is, we love our tacos.
Love our tacos.
So we can be kind of a bit of some taco snobs here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially on a Tuesday.
Especially on a Tuesday. Yes, Taco Tuesday is amazing.
Yes.
And so I will admit that I think we do have the best Mexican food in the country. And I would say that when you travel here, if you live here, you will find that to be the case as well. And we have so many taco restaurants. They're pretty much, every mile. And they're all different, but they're also good. And everyone has their own favorite.
Yeah, it's so funny. You can get into a debate with a friend of yours and just to figure out who has the best taco, but there's so many layers, just like a taco. The shell, the meat, the salad, the salsa,
Yeah.
Even the atmosphere
Yeah.
that comes with the guacamole. I could go on and on. There's so many layers of a taco that I could pick and choose whichever restaurant could be the best.
Yeah, and I really want some tacos right
I
now.
know. It's Thursday. I wish it was a Tuesday.
Well, we can still go.
We could still go.
We're going to go after this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, tacos, we've got, depending on who you ask, you've got Tito's Tacos, Paco's Tacos, Tacos
Campos
Locos,
Tacos.
Campos Tacos, and then you've got food truck.
Oh.
And that's a whole nother layer of taco goodness. So
Yeah.
just be ready when you come here that when people are trying to figure out what they want to eat, tacos will inevitably come up. You'll have it at least once a week. And you will get into debates. But the cool thing is, if you're new to the city and you haven't tried it, you've got so many places to try.
Can't go
and
wrong.
You can become your own taco snob.
Enjoy.
All right, we're on number 9. The 9th thing you should know. But before that, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, again, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell to get notified. All right, so number 9.
9.
We are a word of mouth city.
What?
Word of mouth?
Yep.
Now, most people here do not Google, rarely do we Yelp. It's all about what you know and who you know.
Absolutely, because your friends, your sphere has the same interests as you. So 9 times out of 10, they're going to have the same recommendations that they know you're going to like.
Yeah, and this kind of goes into food and career in many ways. We'll stick with food first, but or entertainment, when people want to know where to go, where to eat, what to do, it's always about asking somebody.
Right.
And not just your friends, but your colleagues, your coworkers, family. For some reason here, it's like everybody knows like the little ins and outs of such a big city.
Yep.
And that places like, when you Google or Yelp, you may not get the full story. You'll get some reviews, obviously, but you really don't get that full story.
Yeah, having that first-hand story from someone that actually experienced it actually aids in the whole experience of you trying it out.
Exactly. And we love talking about our experiences here and what we like in Los Angeles. Now, this also goes for jobs and careers. A lot of people get their positions by word of mouth. Again, there's job boards and job postings, but for the most part here in Los Angeles, it's who you know is how you get your position.
Right.
That's important. A lot of people don't realize that when you come here. If you're relocating, that's a whole different story. You've already got your position, but if you're looking for work, you may find it easier once you're here because then you can feel out from other people what's available. And you may not find positions. There's a lot of positions available that aren't necessarily posted.
Correct.
So again, word of mouth city, be prepared to hear some stories. All right, we're on the last item. Well, not really, because we've got the bonus.
Almost
got
there.
the bonus number 11, but we're on number 10. And the 10th thing you may want to know about Los Angeles is you may become a health nut. There's something about the city here. Everyone seems to want to be healthy, fit. Maybe it's because of the weather. Again, running theme.
It's a little bit of everything. It's the weather. It's the relaxed clothing. It's the healthy eating. The tacos, maybe.
Yes, definitely the tacos. But there is this almost cultish feeling of becoming healthy here.
Let's call it a bug.
Okay,
Let's call it a bug.
wellness bug.
Wellness bug, exactly.
We have meditation centers everywhere,
Yes.
yoga places everywhere, juice bars everywhere. There's vegan restaurants everywhere.
The focus is mainly on you. It's
Yeah.
on you and taking care of yourself and just improving your quality of life, whether it's mentally, physically, or you think just eating
Yeah.
It's all about your well-being.
And in all seriousness, it's not just about the looks here. I know LA can have that kind of the superficial feel, and a lot of people think that because of Hollywood. And there is that aspect to it. However, being healthy, being well, I mean, it's a good thing.
Right.
And it's not really forced upon you, but you have a lot of opportunities here in Los Angeles to kind of live that lifestyle and be healthy. And I definitely appreciate it. I've been in a lot of these wellness centers. I've got a lot of neighbors who run these certain like breath workshops and yoga and meditation.
It's relaxing
It
and
really
calming.
is.
For being a parent, you need that.
For being a parent, you need it. And if you are a part of that quick society in Los Angeles, you do need that moment of zen.
Right.
And Los Angeles does have to offer that. And the great thing is, not only do you find these places indoors, but again, because we have great weather here, you have a lot of outdoor access to a lot of these wellness centers. And we highly recommend you check it out when you come here, see if it's for you. But again, it's not forced on you, but it's nice to have.
Exactly.
All right, bonus time. The 11th thing you should know about Los Angeles before moving here is our fresh local produce. A little bit carryover from the wellness thing, but we have some great farmers markets here, some great local produce, and easily accessible. We have farmers markets every day.
Every day, like whichever neighborhood you're in, there's going to be a farmer's market every day.
And each farmer's market has its own feel.
Sure.
Some of them are smaller, some are larger, but it's really something that you can make a day out of it.
It's a wonderful event to take the family or just meet up with some friends and get some popcorn, get some fresh produce, get some fresh fruit.
Yep, and they've got food trucks and eateries that cater there. So it's really a whole fun event. And you can really taste the freshness in the produce that you're acquiring.
Yep.
And what's really cool to see is that you'll see local chefs and local restaurant owners. They come to these farmers markets, and that's where they're buying their produce.
Exactly.
And so it's almost like you're sourcing the food that your restaurant is cooking, and that's not something that you can say about other parts of the country. So Los Angeles is very special that way. We've got agriculture that's just outside the city limits, and so it's really accessible, easy to get to. And you can actually, not only farmers markets, but a lot of these farms are open to the public.
Yeah. You know what I like about farmers markets is when I see like a fruit or vegetable that I've never heard of before, and finding someone that actually purchased it and asking them, how do you cook it? How do you mix it all up with stuff? And just hearing their culture of how they use that fruit or vegetable.
Yep. And it goes back to, because people like to talk about food and word of mouth.
Exactly.
And when you're at the farmers markets, you'll get a lot of that. And again, going back with the local farms, they're very inviting. There's a big farm in the valley. It's called Underwood Farms. And it's fun because they have seasonal events like during Halloween, during Valentine's Day, Easter. But not only that, throughout the year, you can actually go to these farms and pick your own produce. And they've got rows and rows and acres of vegetables and fruit, all for your own picking. And it's just fun family event. And we highly recommend it when you come here. So bonus, local produce, fresh produce, you're gonna experience it when you're in Los Angeles. So if you like what you're seeing, again, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. We've got videos coming out for your pleasure, and we hope to see you on the next one, or we hope you see us on the next one. Check out our other videos on our channel.